TSMC. So we are heading to Davos, the inauguration, and next week will be the last sort of quiet earnings week before the tech boom for about 4 or 5 weeks after that just absolutely explodes. But every quarter, Pat, TSMC does a couple things to sort of give us a glimpse into the future. First and foremost, they report every month because of where they're traded. They report every month a revenue number. So there's really never a big surprise when TSMC reports. But then they come out with the quarter, and this is where they share some guidance. They tend to share a little bit more about node density, where buyers are buying and on which node, which interestingly enough, I think we've seen now they're 3 and 5, 3, 4, 5 are now like close to like 70-ish%. It's the vast majority of the business now is on the leading edge. But I mean, realistically, Pat, it was very, very strong in a very consolidated or very condensed, concentrated part of the business. So once again, high performance, which is inclusive of their AI, was the big winner for the company. It outperformed again. Probably one of the most interesting statements that was made by the TSMC CEO was his 40% estimated CAGR for AI accelerators, providing a really bullish outlook, not just for NVIDIA and the GPUs, but also the whole Broadcom, Marvell, what's going on with Microsoft, Amazon, all the different accelerator manufacturers or the companies that are making custom AI chips. This seems to be a part where he really thinks is going to buoy the long-term growth of TSMC. Ironically, though, like smartphones, Pat, still down, higher single digits. I mean, like we have not seen the recovery on devices that we expected. The inventory took longer to sell off. That number's not really growing. So when you see TSMC crushing it, it is a one-to-one. AI is crushing it. The AI business is just good. And now the company's going to be making big Capex investments to expand capacity. They're trying to address a lot of packaging needs with CoWoS and CoWoS-L and the next generation of CoWoS. And of course, I always say that even though they're not doing the memory part, this is also really a good indicator of the future of HBM. I mean, if the AI business is this strong, the HBM business is going to follow this trend line, Pat. But my take is the chip companies that are heavily connected to the AI chip making, Pat, they're going to have a good quarter.
So the world is not bored with TSMC earnings, but I am. Because I mean, there's like no insights. Like everything continues, right?
I thought I gave some good insights.
No, you did. I mean, okay. But like NVIDIA's moving to CoWoS-L.
Yeah, I get it. I think it's like more it's the leading indicator of what part of the semiconductor industry is doing well. And I think it's when you get the kind of bubble bears out there saying AI is a bubble and CapEx is going to collapse and nobody's buying AI. And then you kind of look at these numbers, Pat, you're kind of like, yeah, but someone's buying it. I mean, someone's buying it. And by the way, I mean, I saw a number. Look, I mean, the number in this Yahoo note said Apple and NVIDIA, they're spending 38 to 42 billion on technology and capacity this year, up way more than expected. So, I mean, the CapEx rolls on. And this also obviously has to fuel the chip equipment makers, right? ASML, Applied, all those companies have to be really, feasting on this as well.
They have what would be interesting. The only thing that would be interesting to me is they give some indication that Microsoft's pulling back. Amy Hood talked about a leveling out in the second half of, and then the question is, what actually does that mean? Like to support what level of end user demand? Now that would be interesting to me, or, a spike up. We've had this permafrost on the industrial IoT, including non-EV cars, right? Like that would be interesting. So I don't know, man. It's a big honor to me, but I appreciate you bringing the juice on this.
I'm going to convince you this isn't boring at some point. That is not. But yeah, no,
by the way, it's not always boring. It's like this one was boring because it's like, okay, same thing I said last quarter. And the month
Yeah.
before, and the month before that. Hey, hyperscaler enterprise data is big. Ooh, no
Well, Pat,
way.
when I was teasing out our new big survey that we're doing on this AI and CEOs, I said, the big finding is CEOs think they're going to use AI.